Hi guys, welcome back to another Daily Tarot card. These are your Daily Tarot cards for Wednesday, December the 6th, 2023. Today we're pulling from the Gilded Tarot cards. So we have the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands, and I feel like this is negative dialogue or just like negative times that we've been battling in our life, and now they're come to an end. We are entering into the golden era of 8, the infinity symbol, a lucky number in the Asian culture. So maybe a lot of people will be looking to get married in the year 2024 because of the significance of the number. But it's the year of the dragon. Monkey will also see a significant change in this. So this is where you're really going to push forward. So they're saying don't make any big money moves this year, you know, because you'll see like a really crazy situation go on financially. I feel like with the stock markets and everything, because like all these countries are banding together to like basically devalue the United States, you know, so I would just be very careful about, you know, money, you know. I feel like they're trying to change things around, you know. I feel like they're trying to like, we want to decrease minimum wage so that way things will cost so much, but it's like you need to bring down the cost of everything first, then you can decrease our wage, because, you know, we've been suffering way too long. But I definitely feel like this shift, I feel like for some of you, this could be you meeting someone. I feel like you may be meeting them, like, which is crazy, is like during retrograde, and that's why I feel like it's a second chance around. But I feel like this is like with a past life, especially because he's wearing the armor of the Roman Empire, and I feel like this is where, you know, you also get that Egyptian energy you see with the pillars. But I feel like this is like the waning crescent. So I feel like this could be like the end of this waning crescent we're entering now. This could be, you know, the last waning crescent of the year. But I definitely get like December 28th, like around there. 31st, you know, like this could be interaction with someone that you end up meeting. So it's just like, I feel like this is like water and air coming together, you know, that perfect match kind of thing. So just keep that in the back of your mind. They're showing tiger for some reason. Tiger energy. Maybe they're a tiger in the Chinese culture. And the astrological chart. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and this is like where our basket is full. Blessing after blessing after blessing. And it's like, Dianu, thank you so much for all these blessings. But it's like, there's more. There's more to come. And it's just like, really? And it's just like, not even questioning it, just like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? But I feel like this is everything we've been manifesting. I just feel like everything, like, because we know how to talk to the universe. Dolores has taught us that, Connor. Where it's just like, ask your guardian angels, ask your past loved ones, ask whoever is assigned to you, can you assist me with this? Can you assist me with that? You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, asking them for help. It'll come on your For You page. It'll come on like your social media platforms. You'll see how the universe speaks to you. But you know what I mean? Like, I felt like this when I was like going through a journey. And I'm like, I feel guilty for asking you for even more. Because it's like, you've blessed me so much. That's why I love Shabbat. Because it's like, you know, and there's times, trust me, I'm so tired. I'm like, I don't want to do this. But it's just like, you know what? God never tells me that. Yahweh Yeshua never tell me I'm too tired to help you out. You know what I mean? And I've been through a lot in my, and you know, sometimes I feel like I'm old. Like old. Like, oh, like the weight of the world. You know what I mean? But it's like, it gives me the experience, especially with dealing with readings, you know, of people across the spectrum. It's just like, you know what I mean? That knowledge is a wealth of knowledge. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, you're able to relate to people. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Empress and the Ace of Pentacles. This major rebirth in your life. I know everybody says, oh, there's major rebirth in your life and blah, 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 and this and this and this and this. No, this has been coming out so much. You know what I mean? You're going to see a significant shift in your life. Remember they said the world. I feel like we were just sitting there, like they were saying during that Gemini moon, we were letting go of the past. You know what I mean? I feel like the past, like I always, you know, say to Shane, like you are one of the major pillars, the founders of this family. You know what I mean? I feel like PJ is a founder of it. He is the sole pillar. He is the supporting beam. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I see so much of Michael in him. It's crazy. But it's just like, you know, they will always be part of this family. It doesn't matter where we go from here. You know what I mean? It's just like, we are better and stronger together, united as a family. You know what I mean? So, like, numerous as the stars, you know? So, it's just, you know, this brand new beginning. I feel like someone is on the early stages of pregnancy. I wasn't sure if there was a heartbeat because I could just see how small the baby is formed. Like, you can see the shape of their head. The body is, like, just coming into it. And I was like, well, is there a heartbeat? Then I could hear the ultrasound machine. I'm like, okay, there is a heartbeat. You know what I mean? So I feel like someone's on the very early stages of a pregnancy. So just be careful. If you're not 100% sure, and this is what you want, you know, obviously, I feel like just, they're saying take your prenatals. Because I feel like you do want it. They're like, you'll be glowing. Your nails are going to get long. Your hair is going to get long. Like, you know, so I feel like, you know, this is like encouragement that this will work out. Like, you will be able to sustain. I feel like you're, I don't know why, but they're showing like your uterus, but I feel like just like the embryonic fluid and everything, I just feel like it's just protected this time. I feel like they've put their, like, you know, there's this female energy that's kissing your belly like a blessing. You know what I mean? And it's just like she's putting her ear lovingly to your belly, but she's not of earthly form. She is of a heavenly form. I feel like she's, you know what I mean? I feel like you've talked to your angels and said, like, you know, this is something you want. And this is where they're just like, this pregnancy is blessed. You know, where they always say, like, you know, they help, like, before your child's born, you hear that your loved ones held them before they were, you know, came into this world. You know? It's just amazing. Empress, I feel like loving yourself, but I feel like nurture, nurture, nurture. There's something we're nurturing here, you know? And I feel like, you know, I always thought, like, you know, you have to be stern and this and that. And, you know, and my son was like, Mom, we're not all strong as you. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Just because I was this way or this worked for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. You know, that's what I love about my kids. You know, totally on point. I am not like you. And it's, you know, and I'm like, no, you're right. I respect that. I feel like a lot of us are like nurturing in that energy. Like, you know, we're cuddling, watching movies and everything like that. So I feel like it's put up your feet, relax, you know, when you can. You know, I know a lot of us are doing a lot of things, baking. They're showing baking, cooking. Maybe this is your first year hosting. So I feel like there's a lot of work going into it, but you're doing it out of love. You know what I mean? But I feel like it's giving your self permission to have a relationship or have that kind of light in your life again, you know? With the Ace of Pentacles, I definitely feel like higher levels of thinking, you know, wealth is a blessing. And I feel like, I would say that, I'm like, I know I'm not financially wealthy, which doesn't matter, you know, when we leave this earth. But it's just like, you know, the fact that I have my kids, you know, where everything is in life, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, what a blessing, because it's not always that case, unfortunately. When there's an untimely passing, like, everything just kind of implodes, you know what I mean? And everybody kind of deals with it in their own way. But I just feel like, you know, I even said that to a fellow widow. She, you know, I feel like it just happened for her. I think she was 4 months into it. And she's a trio like we are. And I said, keep that family core strong. I said, because you guys, that will be what gets you guys through. I try not to interject personal feelings into things. You know what I mean? And to, like, conversate. But especially, like, when I feel like they need it, I just say, like, a little, you know, encouragement. And I told her it does get better. You know, we just learned how to build around it, you know? Some days are easier than others, you know? Especially when I look at Shane in the eyes. It's just like, oh my gosh. It's like you feel who you fell in love with. It's just like, ugh. You know? But it's just like, you know, that's where I feel like this kind of soul connection. You know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, give yourself permission for whatever is coming. I feel like a lot of us went through a lot of things to grow and come into who we are. And I feel like that's why, you know, we encourage our children, you know, while they're young to see who they are and their value so they don't have to learn it later like we did, you know, because we were never taught that, you know. But it's just like, I even say that. I'm like, don't talk about my kid that way. And they just look at me. They're like, you know, I'm talking about myself. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, don't talk about my kid that way. I'm like, I love the crud out of my kids. And it's just like, no. I will not allow you to talk about yourself that way, you know, because you're not none of those things that you think you are at all. Like, you are amazing, you know, and I thank them every time, like, you know, they're helping me cook or do this or do that, and I'm like, thank you, you know, like, it just makes a world of difference when you have such incredible beings and energies around you. It really does change your way of life, you know. So it's just like, you know, where I was sharing Lil Wayne yesterday, and it's just like, you know, we keep seeing, be grateful. And it's just like, it may not be perfectly perfect, but it's perfectly imperfect. We're making something that resembles lemonade, you know. So it's just like, that's what life is about. Taking the bitterest, you know, lemons that our life has to offer and transmuting it and trying to make it into something beautiful. That's all we can do. You got to be easy with yourself. You got to love yourself. I know it's not easy all the time, you know, but you're doing it. That's the biggest thing. You are making moves in the right direction. Does it look the way that you want right away? Heck no. Then it didn't take you right away to get to that spot either. And that's the thing you got to remind yourself. It didn't take me, you know, a second to get here. Some things are instant, you know, traumas in our life, but, you know, it's how we move forward. Either we could crush that situation up, turn it into something beautiful, or we could sit there and let it take us out, because it will consume you. If you watch the movie Moana, I feel like that's how Shadow Side is. It slowly starts to it starts with the smallest little crack, and then it starts to spread and take over, you know? And before you know it, you're nothing who you are. You're just a shell of who you used to resemble, you know? Look at Taifiti, you know, in Moana. Gaia, the most beautiful essence of Mother Earth you can find, you know? And it just took that. It's just like a one little small crack like that, and it just, you know, they stole her heart, you know? And don't let anything steal your heart. That's the most important thing, and I feel like the Empress is the heart, you know? She is in the green. Venus, the biggest, I feel like any chakra, you know, that she represents would be the heart chakra, you know? She is wisdom. Motherly energy, I definitely feel, is the pinnacle of Venus, you know? And I feel like it's just a matter of who you are. If you're a nurturer, you know, my son is the Empress. His astrological chart is the Empress, you know? And he is such a nurturer. And I told him, I said, you're going to make an amazing dad. You know? He is so loving, so caring, so sweet, so thoughtful. And I'm like, the people that don't see your thoughtfulness, you know, are blind, because it's just like, you know, I feel like him, it's just like, you know, I wish I was as strong as he is. It's like, he doesn't care. He's just like, I'm done. And I just keep telling him, I'm like, don't sit there and waste your time with people that don't deserve it, you know, because he is so thoughtful and wise for such a young man. You know, he's very much an old soul, you know, but that's what I'm saying to even to you, you know, protect your energy, protect your light. You know what I mean? I know sometimes we have to be around people that we don't want to be around. That's just the way that the so-called life works sometimes. But, you know, you find those gems in your life, you tell them that you know, tell them how much you appreciate them. You know, when they, you know, smallest little things, you know, thank them. Because, like, you know, life is too short. But I just feel like, you know, a lot of us are going to this golden precipice of change. I just feel like, you know, with the year of the dragon and the year of 8, you know, I feel like, you know, especially like with all the pentacle energy we're getting, I definitely feel like crown chakra, you know. It's just like, I feel like when you've come into your own now, and it's like, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to let your ego take over, and you're going to sit there and be just like everybody else that's come into this kind of knowledge and power? Ancient Isaki records, or are you going to sit there and change that mold, break that mold, you know? At the end of the day, yes, quote unquote, it's a business, you know, but, you know, were we sent here to be a business, or were we sent here to be the earth angels that we're supposed to be, you know? So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Wednesday, December the 6th. 2023. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card.